Welcome to our chat show. Accompanied by Mr. Pawar. Hello everyone, welcome to AI Machines and Marketers Show. Well, I'm delighted to have you all in this conversation, as this conversation is not only urgent but actually it's timely. Well, as AI is evolving and it shapes how people shop, search, and make decisions online, e-commerce teams, on the other hand, is experiencing a new kind of a playbook. What ran earlier or what ran 2 years back does not guarantee success today. And the businesses or brands who are winning have understood that how AI understands content, context, and intent. Well, in our today's Fire Chart show topic, e-commerce SEO in the world of AI, we are trying to understand this radical shift in most easiest and practical manner. We will also talk about how AI reads product pages, decide what to show into the user, and most importantly, what e-commerce team should do to stay visible. Well, today's chat show is actually more special because it is accompanied by someone who holds an enormous experience in B2C and D2C market. He is the one who has seen how AI is rewriting the ranking system, how product page need to evolve, and how the entities, schemas, and the structured meaning make more sense than keyword. So settle down, because we are going to experience something very interesting. Please welcome Mr. Pawar, Director of Growth Marketing at Growth Natives. Hello Samir, welcome to our chat show.
Very good evening, Rajnish, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody.
So Samir, I think this is with you. We have the second episode. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm quite excited. There are so many things that I would like to explore and discuss. So yes, energy is quite well.
Well, that's a great thing because, and Samir, like this is a topic that you hold an enormous year of experience in handling e-commerce as well as the SEO part. So, as our today's topic is e-commerce SEO in the world of AI, I think you have a lot more to say, right?
Yeah, there are so many changes in recent, you can say, last 36 months. Specifically, there is a lot of new technologies, specifically from not only algorithm, even though I would like to say at hardware level as well. So there are so many things that are happening, and I think it is really great experience to good opportunity to discuss, all these things.
Right. So, audience, let's behave. So, my first question to you, Samir, is how AI is changing how e-commerce pages get ranked.
The fundamentals, I think, they remain same. When I'm saying fundamentals, it means still there is things that used to work. That is the crawling, rendering, ranking, and then getting clicks, getting traffic. So these fundamentals remain intact. Only thing is the destinations have changed. Now, where you are getting crawled and how you are getting crawled, I think the whole process has changed. The way earlier Google used to crawl, I think now it is not. It is crawling your document in a one shot.
Right.
So basically, it is crawling in a slices. So that is the one change, and there are some new algorithms or new technologies. They are far intelligent than the earlier systems. So you cannot abuse now search engines. You cannot be very smart. I think that is a drastic change.
Right. So, Samir, like, what a brand should fix first to stay visible in AI search results.
I have very basic fundamental recommendation, and that recommendation is: uh, am I having the right catalogs?
Right.
When it comes to e-commerce, when you are having more than say 50, 100 or 500 or 500 plus products on your store, then things change drastically. It is more complex, and identifying the right category. Right. That is very important because LLMs works on uh, root, seeds, and nodes. There are the three concepts for the LLM, and root are like your domain name. Right. Then seeds are your you can take category pages, and nodes are your blog articles. Right. Yeah. So that is
It's all interconnected. So, Samir, like, why do entities and schema matter more for a product SEO now?
so. When before going for schema and all other concepts, I would like to clearly tell. Let's have some clarity. Right. So there are the two kind of graphs. One is the knowledge graph, another one is the shopping graph. Right. So there are the four components that are very critical, and I can bet with you, if you can see and watch your Google search console, every nook and corner, you are doing 90% things right for your LLM. So there are some things like knowledge graph and a shopping graph. So for shopping graph, uh, kind of entities that are surrounding or that belong to that product, Google have given us if I'm talking in context with Google search engine, then you can easily penetrate with the right configurations of the schema. Okay. And it is not about like it is the product page. We are calling product page as the product page. It is for our convenience, but ideally, it is a document, and your catalog is nothing but it is the interrelationship between the documents. So one thing is your URL, your title, your product name, and the kind of content you are using for the product description. That is the one thing. And second thing is choosing the right category. That is the holy grail. Choosing the right category, and if the project is very complex, then there are some issues oftentimes occurs specifically around the pagination. So we are plugging in all these things with Google Merchant Center. Okay. So there are some attributes. So basically, when we are seeing entities, I would like to give analogy that entities are nothing but the way human understand, the language. It is a deep neural net, right? So similar way, search engine also or LLMs also understand the exact concept. Right.
Okay, Samir. So, although the question I asked you were simple and for the basic knowledge graph, now the question are turning more interesting because we are digging more deeper. So, Samir, my next question is, how do crawl errors and broken links affects the visibility of an e-commerce website?
So for crawling purpose, I think we need to understand one thing: interlinking playing very very important role. That is the first thing that we need to check. Right. So it is not the keyword, but you have a product name, you have a solid description, and it is not some traditional design or UI UX, right? That you are using something very hideous and unsexy, but you have to use very subtle minimalist design, and pay focus for the best user experience. And I think entity embedding is the one thing, and another thing is the kind of signals that we are giving to LLMs. The signals are also important.
Right. That's make a good sense. So, Samir, like one question that pops into everybody's mind that do like AI tools, like we say, let's say ChatGPT or Google AI, understand the same way about the brand in the same manner as the search engines do?
When we are saying search engines, it is itself a LLM.
LLM, right, right.
So I think yeah, there is nothing like the older way of like the search engine work.
Right.
So there are new concepts like query retrieval, and there is a query extraction, and it crawls the your product pages or your documents in installment. It is in a slices. Right. It consumes the first slice, then second slice. So in that context, your product, your URL, your product title,
Right.
and your images, I think they play very critical role. The kind of experience in e-commerce, e-commerce is all about experience.
Right. That's morely made for the users and everybody here. So there's few things that I have noticed, and I think you must have noticed that, and there people also ask. There are few, let's say, brand who offer a very limited content or limited approach, but they rank in the AI overviews. They get placed over there, and moreover, and there are some brands who offer so much of a thing. They think that okay, I have covered every aspect that a Google or any of the, let's say, tool would understand. So why the reason there are few who are actually given more weightage, or they are visible more than the few who offers additional stuff stream?
Uh, the first and primary reason is the outer signals. Okay. The signals like the kind of review or narratives that third party or your customers are creating, specifically at the places like Google reviews. Then there are many review sites. So these signals are very important. So
Right.
it is not always, I think 40% on page you can control, but 60% is like, the third party that creating a kind of, their reviews or signals that they are giving. E-commerce brands are, largely using Quora, then, and we all know Google and even though OpenAI giving very hefty amount every year to consume, a data from these platforms. So VOC is becoming more important when you are saying branding. Then voice of customers, what they are saying, and what is their reviews. And even though you will surprised to know that there is a one website called like HC,
Okay.
and HC is beating Amazon.
Okay.
Now that's it. HC is beating Amazon when it comes to a penetration into uh, large language models or chat.
Lights strategies. Right. Okay, so basically, Sameer answer I may is like for me a carousel of right. Like I switch, I come back again, and this brings me to another question: what should be important for a brand to fix a crawl issue or improving the site structure?
Both are the things quite suboptimal. The first and primary element, I think that remain intact, and that is the product experience.
Product experience.
Okay, so the kind of the quality of the product, and of course the way we are showing the product, because first show will happen and then the experience will happen.
Definitely.
Okay, so I think these two are the primers. If you don't have confidence on your product, it is cutting the clutter. It is really adding a really good value in a human life or your consumer's life. I think that makes a lot of
Difference.
Yeah.
So, Sameer, where do you think most brands are falling short? Whether it's like product data, brand visibility, or external mentions, what could be the lacking point?
I've got chance to work with some D2C and some B2C brands,
Right.
and it is mostly hinging upon paid channels.
Right.
I don't think there are very few brands who are investing very wisely or with a very good amount on a search engine optimization. That is the one place. That is the first fact. And second fact is having very good local signals. That is doing your local SEO right.
Right. Okay, so Sameer, should brand focus more on their top selling products instead of spreading SEO effort across the entire catalog?
So see, for e-commerce, there are the only three ways that you can scale up.
Right.
Number one, A, uh, that increase the size of your customers, that increasing the slice of the pie. What is my market share? Okay.
Okay.
Second one is increase the frequency of purchase.
Right.
So Amazon have, a long back, they have subscribe and save model. And number 3 is increasing the size of basket. So that it's having permutation and a combination. For example, if it is the skincare, then there is something called as a CTMP, that cleansing, toning, moisturizing. So they are bundling. So that way they are increasing the value of the basket. And all psychological frameworks come into the play, like FOMO and BOGO, that buy one get one free, fear of missing out.
Right. That's a different thing. Well, today we understood one thing, that over the age, over the time, e-commerce have evolved. It is not only about being ranking or to be among the first pages. It's about being understood and understood, recommended, as well as play a very vital in both search engines and AI systems. Well, that's all for today. Hope you had a great time today and you got some of your answers well. Till the next time, meet you again. Keep digging, keep learning. Thank you, Sami. Thank you so much for joining
Glad
us.
to be here.
Thank you, everyone who joined us today for the conversation. Well, in our conversation, we understood that how AI is evolving accordingly, but at the same time, how the evolution of product being discovered have changed. Well, it's not about being ranking on a page or something. It's all about being visible, both to the Google or the search engine, apart from the AI. So if the brand can maintain the real context, clear data, and proper visibility across the channel and AI platforms, it really can make a big shift. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you guys do well, understood well, and explore more. Till then, we meet again. Thank you.